first episode of Legit Brew Review. We're a new series of beer reviewers,
yeah. So, we are going to be having this series where we're going to review beers. We aren't the only beer review channel around,
not at all.
but our motto of our show is pretty much going to be that we don't propose to be beer snobs,
We're not in the sense, we're not really pompous beer connoisseurs. We're not beer snobs. We just enjoy drinking beer, and we enjoy trying new kinds of beers. And if you're like us, then you'll find a home on this show.
Right. And when you start looking into, everybody has their go-to beer, whether it be a domestic or an import, or even like a home brew or just a local brew. Everybody has their own go-to beer. But with us, we started looking into how many different beers and brews there are. And when you do that, you realize how many different types of beers that you're truly missing out on if you just stick with one type of beer. So this show is going to be modeled around pretty much us trying multiple beers that we've had several times, but then a lot of them are going to be very new to us. And we're going to share that with you guys. One part of the show that we want to integrate too is each episode we're going to have for the next episode for you guys to essentially drink or brew with us and let us know what your thoughts and opinions are. You can leave them in the comments down below, and that way we'll be able to see what you guys think on top of hear what we think when we get to that episode.
So, I guess without further ado, let's get to today's episode topic.
Yeah. Today's episode is going to be featured around the Shiner. What was it? The Shiner Brewery Tour. So it's essentially a 6-pack built by Shiner themselves, with a lot of their top brews in there, and we'll be trying those all today.
Super excited about this. I've only ever had Shiner's normal brew, but I'm very excited to try the Bohemian Black Lager.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not much of an IPA guy myself, but I am kind of excited to try this. Super excited to try the Golden Ale. What about the Cream Ale, huh?
Yeah, the Cream Ale. I know mostly we're not like people that heavily like the sweet flavored beers. We're not like a fruit beer
Generally not
set of guys. We're to the point where we like beer and we want it to taste like a beer, whether it be various hops, the volume of hops being high or low, or it having kind of the yeast taste about it. You want it to taste like a beer once you have a palate for that type of thing. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into our first one. And
I guess you just want to try the plain old Shiner?
Yeah, we can go with the original Shiner Premium beer. And we do have our glass of pickled ginger, just for a palate cleanse in between beers. There were several different recommendations as far as palate cleanses. Ginger was one of them. Water, bread, a bunch of different things. Unsalted nuts. Yeah, unsalted nuts. There were several different things, and then some of them were kind of contradicted by other people. I was just kind of reading through some beer forums. So, yeah.
Pickled radishes.
Yeah, pickled radishes were actually, or salted radishes.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was. Salted radishes or something, which is really weird. But, yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll dive into the original Shiner Premium beer.
Here we go.
Yeah, right now. All right. So we're just getting the Shiner poured up here.
Trying to make sure I don't want to jip.
Yeah, there we go. We don't want to. There we go. Okay. And let's see what we got here. I'm gonna set this down. But we're still in a works of figuring out our set. We did have some mics set up that were gonna be on stands, and then I don't know. We're still working this stuff out, so bear with us. Beer with us. Yeah, yeah, I like it. If you kind of hold it up to the light a little bit, I feel it's got a nice color to it. It definitely not to jump right in the smell, but we were commenting on the smell when we were opening it. You guys didn't see that just because we didn't want to show you us fumbling with the bottle. But yeah, it has a super bready smell to it. Super like. It's like such a great like bread, like a homemade bread smell. Yeah, it smells super good. Yeah, I like the color. Definitely like the smell. I like how it poured up. It poured up nice. Got a nice little carbonation in there. Yeah, I'm not gonna have any here in a minute, but yeah, let's go ahead and give it a try out. Cheers. Oh wow. Very, very smooth. Yeah, I'd agree with you on that. It's I could say it's I almost feel like this one would be a good like summertime beer. It has a good flavor to it.
Put a few of those in your cooler while you're outside, you know, whatever. Playing sports, grilling, fishing, whatever you're doing.
That's very tasty. Very, very tasty. Wow. So just a little tidbit, and we won't always do this, you know, reading the bottle. You guys can read the bottle, of course. But it says that they that the same way it's brewed today was the same way it was brewed in 1909. So that's pretty in Shiner, Texas. So that's pretty awesome that they're holding to, and a lot of beers do. A lot of beers claim to. True. I could agree. I mean, obviously I wasn't around anywhere in 1909, but and neither were my parents or anybody. But I could see how this does taste like a very authentic taste, a taste that maybe has traveled through time. So it definitely has a good taste to it. It immediately gives you the beer burps, I guess, if you will. Yeah, it's good that one. We can finish this guy down here. I'm satisfied with the color. I feel like it's not cloudy, where some cloudy beers are okay, so don't get me wrong on saying it's cloudy is a bad thing. But it's very clear, not in the sense where it's diluted or anything like that. So I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with the color. I'd say I give it a 5.
I really like the color. It's a really nice honey kind of shade. I don't know. I'm 5 out of 5 on this.
Yeah, definitely. Color was awesome. We already kind of commented on the smell, but I found the smell to be very, very appetizing. Yeah, very good. I'd give that a 5 too. And I mean, not all these beers are going to be that easy. I mean, maybe even if this set ends up being something like that, believe us, we have a lot of stuff in store. And
a lot of beers we don't really want to return to, but
right.
For the sake of the show, we're going to give another chance. Maybe they'll change our minds. Maybe a few of these will change my minds. Like, I'm really interested in this IPA because I'm not an IPA guy.
Right, and you've kind of had a bad hand with IPAs.
I had a really bad.
And that's all it takes. That's all it takes is for you to have one bad IPA or APA or really bad beer to kind of turn you off on everything.
I'm looking for a good IPA though to change my mind.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the one.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
We'll see. Yeah. I mean, so far, I definitely give this one. I would say overall satisfied. This I could see buying a 6-pack and not being one bit disappointed.
I guess that's really the best way to grade these. Would you buy a 6-pack?
Yeah. Would you buy a 6-pack? Because if you're going to drink 6 beers, even if it's not in one sitting, but 6 beers and be satisfied, that's probably a really, really great grading scale to go off of. All right.
Ready to try the second one?
Yeah.
Shiner Golden.
Shiner Golden. That sounds fun. We did go ahead and have some palate cleanse. We washed our glasses.
Bink. Wow.
Notably different color.
Mm-hmm.
Much darker. I
Mhm.
see a little bit of the cloudiness in this.
Yeah. Much cloudier.
Still has a nice little bubble to it.
Yeah. I can see why they call it Shiner Golden, huh? Wow.
Smells completely different.
Oh yeah.
It's got a more
hopsy.
more hopsy, less bready.
Yeah.
I don't get as much yeasty smell
Wow.
from it as I did the first one.
All right. Well, I'm kind of intimidated, but let's give it a try, huh?
Let's give it a shot.
There's the hops.
Very much more hopsy. Very full-bodied tasting, though. I find like it has a...
That's really not that bad either. Wow.
It still goes down really smooth, though. It's
Mhm.
still just as smooth as the other one, but a lot more hops. The hops is definitely raised up a good bit in this one.
Yeah. Wow. And you can smell it. It's so strong. Just put your nose to the glass a little bit. You can smell the hops. Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty good though.
Super tasty. What would you rate the color on this one?
Color, hey, they got it right. Golden. So it's beautiful. Yeah. 5 out of 5. Taste, I don't know. I'd say probably 4 out of 5. It's very strong hopsy kind of taste.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's not bad. What about you?
I would agree with the color. I like the color. It's not cloudy to the point that you can't see through it. So I'm still okay with a little bit of cloudiness in it. I'd probably go. What did you do for the?
I did
the
4 out of
color?
5. Or
Yeah.
well, color 5 out of 5.
Okay. I'd kind of flip it a little bit. I'd give the color a 4. I still like it. Just for some reason, with it being a little bit darker, I like the lighter color of the other one.
Yeah.
Smell, I find the smell to be, like you said, it's definitely more hopsy. So
very noticeable. Yeah.
Very noticeable smell. But I still find that I'd probably give the smell also a 4 for me. Just because I find like the hop smell to be a little bit not intimidating, but a little bit more, I don't know, pungent in a way.
Yeah.
And there's not enough of something else to compensate it, I guess.
And that may be my problem with IPAs.
Could be.
You know.
Could be. But overall, it all boils down to, would you buy a 6-pack of it?
Of this, yeah, okay. Yeah, I could probably buy a 6-pack of this.
Yeah. I would. I don't feel like there's anything in it where I feel like I'd be exhausted drinking a 6-pack. Because there's a lot of beers that, like, while I may like the taste of it, the drinking 6 of them, even not in one sitting, is kind of exhausting.
Yeah.
The flavor is just too much to drink consecutively.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I could mess with a 6-pack of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Shiner Golden.
I gotta get another sip of this. Pretty darn good.
Yep. Would definitely buy a 6-pack of it.
Now, I don't know if I would buy a 6-pack of this over just the regular Shiner, though.
No. I do like the regular Shiner a lot
I appreciate
more.
what they were going for with this, but I just, I'd much rather just drink the regular Shiner over this.
Yeah.
Pretty good,
Yeah,
though.
most definitely. I think the original is a classic, but this is definitely, if for some reason they were out of the classic or they didn't carry the classic,
If all they had left
this
was
would-
the golden.
this would be the other standby for sure. So yeah, that's good.
Which one we trying next?
I'm gonna go ahead and grab me a piece of the ginger here. Get my ginger on. I don't know.
I think we should go ahead and get the IPA out of the way.
That's you took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say, why don't we just jump into the IPA? Let's go ahead and either reassure or confirm your greatest fears that you currently have with IPAs. But we do have lots of local IPAs that are brewed in the area.
It seems
that we live in.
the majority of our local brewers are just brewing IPAs primarily.
Primarily, yeah. There are some APAs here and there, but the IPA seems to be the more popular.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can go ahead and do this one here. I know it's kind of like taboo to literally rinse probably after everything, but I'm just gonna make sure I don't have anything else in here, and we'll just. I mean, I've already cleansed the palate, so.
Right.
Just figure.
Why not?
You know. I'm sure somebody will be bothered by that, and for that, I'm sorry.
We aren't experts.
And we don't have anybody else behind the camera or the crew. It's literally just us doing everything.
As you can probably tell.
As you can probably tell. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and dive into this guy.
Right.
Shiner Wicked Ram IPA.
Oh, I like the little design, though.
Yeah, it's got a little cool, is that a hops?
I think that's a hopsy ram.
Hops, like husk? Is it a husk?
I don't know. Do you call it a husk?
I don't know what it is.
Look at the smoke. Oh, shh.
That was a spicy meatball.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of weren't expecting that. Yeah, about the same. You get a little bit more head because of your aggressive pour.
That was. Did you like that aggressive pour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is significantly more cloudy than the other two.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Which I've come to learn is pretty common with an IPA. It seems like IPAs are pretty thick and cloudy.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well,
ooh, it smells like an IPA.
Oh man, I could smell the sour.
It definitely has that sour undertones with the hops.
I don't know about this.
A little bit of yeast with it, but it's definitely got.
Can we skip this section of the tour?
Right. Just boop. But yeah, let's give it a shot while you still got a little head to save you or help you.
Oh Lord.
It's definitely got that bitter bite that is very familiar to an IPA.
You know, as bitter as this is, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better IPAs.
Yeah,
I don't have the IPA fear that you now have. After
I have had worse IPAs.
I've had some that I've not been a fan of. This one's not bad. It's definitely got a much more bitter taste to it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump in and kind of throw mine. Color, not completely impressed with the color. It's not a very welcoming color to me. It's very cloudy, very murky. Not that it's a bad thing, but just visually, you look at this, it's a cloudy beer. So that I'd probably give maybe a 3.5. Nothing calling to me on that. Which about you on the color?
I don't know. I kind of like cloudier, kind of thicker colored beers. I don't know. I'm kind of digging the color. I give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
What about the taste?
I don't mind the taste. It's definitely, the bitter taste is very strong in the beginning.
Characteristic, I think.
Once
of
it kind of
IPA.
settles a little bit, not too bad.
Yeah.
I like the aftertaste. It's got a good full taste. I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
And we've already kind of talked about the smell and everything. Very traditional IPA smell, but you know, like we said, would you buy a 6-pack of it? I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Not to say it's a bad beer, but I wouldn't get a 6-pack of this.
I don't know. I thought the taste was, you know, of course it was bitter, as typical of an IPA. very hopsy. I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5, but I did like it.
Well, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. It's a start to the repair of,
There's
your
much-
opinion of IPAs.
There's much repair to be done, but this was a good head start.
Let's go ahead and did we say we're going to dive into the black lager?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You want to serve this one up?
No, you go ahead.
Shiner Bohemian Black Lager. It's got a wicked
bottle.
Wicked bottle on there. It's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I did anything purposeful to make it spew earlier, but
Ooh. Okay. She is thick. She is dark.
Wow.
She is sexy.
thick with 2 C's. My God, she is a dark, beautiful goddess. Wow.
But no, if you asked me what my favorite kind of brew is, I'm always probably going to reply with dark.
You know what's funny? When I first started drinking beer, I did not like anything that you essentially had to chew. This looks very familiar to me in the sense of like a Guinness. Love the color.
I'm excited. I've never had this before. Shiner Bohemian Black Lager.
I don't know that this is not fairly new for them.
Well, yeah, and I know I've tried different kinds of black lagers from different. I mean, I know Yingling has the black and tan. New Belgium has their own black kind of like take on a darker lager. I've never had Shiners, so I'm pretty excited.
I think it's fairly new. I mean, without further ado, let's give it a shot
Cheers.
and see what's up.
First thoughts, coffee.
Very much so. Very much like a liqueur.
Yeah.
Coffee liqueur.
Wow, that is good though.
I get a very
It isn't that thick though.
it's not as thick. It's
not as thick as like a
it's-
Guinness.
It's not thick like a Guinness. It's most certainly not. It looks like it could be.
But it's smooth. It's coffee-esque, if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah. So
Oh
with
man, color 5 out of 5. Like I said, I like the darker ones, and you can't see shite through this.
Yeah.
5 out of 5. Smell, you can't smell the coffee.
No.
Not
No.
really. I mean,
No, you can't. You don't really know what's in there. Traditionally, darks can have that kind of remnants, but no, you don't smell it at all.
no. But no, still, the smell is very, very. I've used the word toasty before, and I'd hate to use it again.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But for lack of a better vocabulary, it's toasty. Taste, I can't even. 5 out of 5.
mhm.
I don't know if I gave the smell a rating. It's all 5 out of 5. This is just, I would definitely buy a 6er of this if there was no Guinness.
True. True. I definitely love the color. Color's fantastic. Super, super dark, caramelly colors. So I'd go with a 5 out of 5 on the color too. Smells fantastic. Like I said, it's got a familiar Guinnessy smell. So I mean, I would also give that a 5 out of 5. I like the smell, and the taste is fantastic. Is pretty good. It doesn't have that, like you said, it doesn't have that fullness, but it doesn't make it any less satisfying.
You have to give credit where credit is due.
Oh, yeah.
Shiner, I don't believe, was going for a
No.
Guinnessy.
I don't think
They
were.
weren't trying to replicate it, but it is a very good addition to the tour.
Most definitely.
It is incredible.
Yeah, I was impressed. So, I mean, it gets an overall 5 out of 5, and I could definitely see myself buying a 6-pack of it. Let's go ahead and finish this guy out.
So now the question is whether or not we drink the Cosmos Special for last, or we save the Homespun Cream Ale for last.
Well, I mean, when you go to dinner, you have maybe a nice little appetizer, maybe a salad or something like that. Then you get in there, kill that main course, get that nice steak. You know, some ribs, something tasty, right?
Something heavy, light.
Something like this beauty right here. So, you know, it's only proper though that you save your dessert for last. You know, and I'm thinking this is a very satisfied dessert beer. I feel like this is a good way to wrap things up. This is a good main course, and then we can have some dessert. Now, some Born in America dessert over
this
here.
one is a Shiner Cosmos. It's dedicated to the original brewmaster of Shiner, Cosmos. I hope I'm not butchering this. Spetzel.
Okay.
Spoetzl. Spetzel, I'm guessing.
Spetzel?
Yeah, so
it's got a nice little picture of old Cosmos.
I do not know what to expect from this. I don't know if it's a dark. I don't know if it's a red. I don't know if an amber. I don't know what this is.
Got in store for us here. Beauty's got. Okay.
Wow. Finishing it off with a what is that? A kind of a golden, another golden.
Yeah, very much. It's dark, but it's not cloudy like the other, the ones that have been cloudy. You're just heading it up tonight. I don't know how I'm not pouring so much head. Maybe you get the most.
We've switched roles, it seems, right off the bat. Okay, hopsy.
Ooh, yeah, I haven't smelled it yet.
Smells like we're doing the golden ale again.
But the difference between this one, I find, is it has the clarity of the first one, the original,
but the smell of the hops.
And it's not cloudy.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So I kind of like that. And the funny thing is, anybody who happens to watch this that isn't like a beer person, they're like, they all look the same. Believe me, I was there once. I thought they all tasted the same. They all looked the same. And then one day I had a moment of clarity. And, yeah, now I like beer. So
here we are.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Your head's fading fast.
My head has gone. Okay.
Mine never was there, so. Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow, robust.
This almost tastes like a fusion.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, yeah.
Like the original and the second one. What was the second one? The second one was
the golden with the hopsy flavor of the golden.
That's weird.
This would probably be a good kind of intermediary beer into like IPAs. You know, because IPAs generally have that really bitter hopsy flavor that I don't really like. Color, I don't know. 5 out of 5. Why not? It's pretty.
I'd agree. I give it 5 out of 5 on the color too. Color's very nice. It's darker than the original, which I liked about the second one,
but not quite as golden as the golden ale.
Right.
So it is almost like that exact fusion.
Yeah, you know? It's very interesting. Smell. I was satisfied with the smell. I like the smell. I found it to be like a tasty smell. Like when I smell it, I'm like,
almost like a festival beer, huh?
Yeah, kind of like you could maybe picture like having it at a fair or something like that, like some little fall fair or something like that, maybe. Yeah, a good celebration fair or celebration festival beer. Yeah, most definitely. On the taste,
sure, 5 out of 5. Well done, Cosmos. Well done.
Yeah, I'd agree. Taste is definitely there. And then, it all boils down to, would you buy a 6-pack? Most definitely.
I would buy a 6-pack.
I'd buy a 6-pack of these.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah, they're satisfying. They're overall delicious. So I could see a 6-pack sitting fine in the refrigerator. A nice
main course. Without further ado.
Yeah, and I mean before we get to it, I mean we've shared some pretty tasty beers in the Shiner Brewery tour today.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I mean if you have liked the video today and the journey down the brewery tour, check your local store, supermarket, liquor store, wherever, and see if they carry the Shiner Brewery tour. It comes in a little 6-pack. It says "Handle with Pride" at the top, but you can get yourself 6 delicious bottles. And we're not sponsored by Shiner. I just like to be able to push good product with honest opinions, and that's what we're gonna give to you on this show.
And if you've liked what you've seen so far, make sure to give us a thumbs up, and if you'd like, subscribe for more beer reviews, huh?
Yeah, most definitely. This is the first, and it might be a little rocky until we get stuff worked out, because we're working stuff out and figuring stuff out and figuring out the best way. The background may change, the mic situation may change, but we're working everything out, and we'd love to hear your feedback. If you subscribe, make sure to click that little bell thing that everybody's saying, because otherwise you don't get notifications when we post new videos. So make sure to do that as well. And as you said, without further ado, let's go ahead and do a last one-time cleanse here. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this since I touched it.
I'll open the last one.
Yeah, sure.
Shiner Homespun Cream Ale.
Ooh.
Wow.
Inspired. I'm kind of hoping for a little ambery color. Kind of hoping for it to be a little bit.
Inspired by classic American recipes and homespun in Shiner, Texas. Brewed with an extra helping of specialty wheat malt, a velvety, smooth, creamy mouthfeel. Wow. Pale gold in color. Sorry about the amber.
Well, damn.
Seasonable go-to brew with a crisp, refreshing finish.
Okay.
Wow, sounds good.
Sounds tasty. It's got a very American-looking bottle to it.
Yeah, you got all your reds, whites, and blues.
All right.
I mean, what's more American than Texas, right?
Okay. All right. Okay. It's a little familiar. Subtle. The
aroma is subtle.
It's familiar. It's very familiar of the Shiner brand. It has a good familiar smell to it, but then slightly different. A little bit more, a little sweeter.
I see what they mean with the less hops, more malt.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting that more malt smell.
Pale gold in color, indeed.
Very much so. Very, very, very pale. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go ahead and get to dessert.
All right.
I'm ready to get to dessert.
Here we go. Wow.
Oh wow. Wow.
Okay. Now this is strange. Tastes like a beer, sweet like the cream soda. And it's only an aftertaste.
Very much. It's the aftertaste. The malt is very surprising.
Yeah.
Because you don't taste it right away.
And yet at the same time, it's heavier than I thought it would be.
Much heavier. I didn't think it was going to be. This is more of like a beer that I felt like kind of chew.
Yeah.
Kind of chewy. As weird as that sounds.
No, this is a beer that you almost have to chew. Huh.
Yeah, I feel like it feels like it's more chewy, I guess.
Wow. It's not bad though. It's not bad. And it isn't as I guess flavored as I thought it would be, as I feared it would be.
Right. I kind of expected it to be a very desserty beer, hence why, the big lead up. I expected it to be very desserty, very near beer, very
near beer is the perfect way to put it.
Yeah, very near beer. I expected it to be like, I don't like beer, so I like desserty stuff. That's what I kind of expected it to be.
Almost like, I thought it would be more of the Granddad's kind of, not
I kind of did too.
Cream
Especially
soda.
how the bottle looked. The bottle made it really look like that.
But no, it's surprisingly malty.
Yeah. I'm satisfied with the color. I like the color. I'd give the color maybe 4 out of 5. The smell, I like the smell. I liked how it was familiar to the Shiner brand. It smelled like a Shiner.
Yeah. And that's something we could say now because we've gone on the tour.
We've gone on the tour. We've taken the tour. Right here in the comfortable
we're
of
Shiner
our own,
veterans
right?
now.
We're Shiner veterans. Got a little
Where's our
little
patch? Yeah,
little shiner patch right there. But yeah, it's familiar. It has a little bit different to it, so it stands out. But it's also not as we hoped and feared that it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a traditional near beer dessert beer.
And I'm glad they took that direction. Smell is probably 5 out of 5. Like I said, it was subtle, but it was good because of the way that it tasted. In the taste, I got to give 5 out of 5. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. If someone was having this at a party, I would dive in. I would dive right in. And if I had to buy a 6-pack of this, or if I was given the option to buy a 6-pack of this, I would. It's pretty good.
Okay. I'd agree with you a lot of what you said with the taste. I found the taste to be, very very refreshing. It was good. I like the taste. I like the differences between the fact that it tasted like a shiner, but then it had its little subtle differences to set it apart. But also, I feel that I wouldn't buy a 6-pack of this, just because I feel like, to me, this would be like an occasional. I don't even know if that's the right word to use.
Occasionally.
On an occasion, on a specific occasion. So like a celebrational beer, if that makes sense. I feel like I could drink this sometimes, but I don't feel like I could probably drink a 6-pack of these. We've taken the Shiner Brewery tour. We've drank a good bit of beer.
A good bit.
Feeling it a little bit.
Definitely.
I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't. But yeah, absolutely delicious.
Definitely recommend it, huh?
Sure. Yeah, I would
take
definitely,
the Shiner Brewery tour.
Yeah, definitely pick you up one of the Shiner Brewery tours, and try it yourself and let us know.
It's inexpensive and it's worth it.
Yeah, and I mean you get a lot of quality beer for one price. So
very satisfying. Very, very good way to start the series, huh?
Yeah, I would say this would be a good debut, and a good essential, I guess, a pilot to a series. But yeah, feel free to leave comments below and let us know if you guys have a particular type of beer that you would like to hear our opinion on. We may start, I don't know how soon, but we may start maybe like a viewer suggestion beer of the week.
Yeah.
We may start doing that as well.
I mean, if you guys can suggest any kinds of beers that perhaps we haven't tried or that we haven't had in a while, we'd be more than willing to try them.
Yeah, especially if we can get our hands on them.
We're very adventurous.
If we can get our hands on them, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun watching. And this is the first of many. Like I said, it will get better. It's a little rocky start to begin with. We're just trying to work out all the kinks and everything. But other than that, we'll see you guys in the next one.
I'm Trevor.
And I'm Matt. And we'll be drinking one with you next time.
Take care.
Later.
That was fun.